I'm Evan.
I'm Pete.
I'm Ross.
I'm Josh, and we're the Stripes, and you're watching Ambi.
Hey everyone, it's Alicia from Ambi, and I'm so excited to finally be sitting here with the boys from the Stripes.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you four doing?
We're doing brilliant. It's great to be here. Great to finally be on Ambi.
Oh, we're so excited to have you. I have to say welcome to Toronto, as you're soon about to hop on stage to play an event at the Mod Club, so feeling pretty good to be back.
Yeah, it's
Very
great to be
exciting.
back. Yeah, it's amazing to be home in the home of Scott Pilgrim. Which is very cool.
It's also our first time back since my finger exploded in the middle of a gig and we couldn't finish it. So
Okay.
I had an injury and we couldn't do the last gig. So this is our triumphant
Some
return
redemption,
to actually
right?
finish the show. It'll be great.
It's the longest running gig of all time. It's been 4 years on the go now.
Ooh. Has that kind of been nagging at you a little bit? Like you just wanted to overcome that? Come
Yeah,
back
absolutely. It was a long-held ambition to finally finish the set in the Mod Club. So
That's a really good
we're starting
gig.
where the last set ended, so we're just doing like
Gotcha.
the last 10 minutes and then we're walking off.
So
That's
you're
it.
done.
That's it. Yeah.
But it was 2 days before we went on Letterman.
Yeah,
It
it
was
was.
terrifying. His finger.
severe finger
exploded and
injury.
Went green
Yeah.
and purple and all that. The Joker colours.
Yeah,
The
it
Joker
did.
colours.
Yeah.
Bringing it all back to superheroes, as we were discussing before the camera started.
As it
rolling.
inevitably does.
We don't want to let ourselves down, so we'll bench that.
Well, have there been any surprisingly dull adventures of the Stripes as far as being in Canada goes?
Yes, well, the one in Montreal yesterday is going to be the shortest one. I'm working on making that less than 20 seconds long, but
You're
well,
posting. You're gonna post
I'm
it.
trying to
less
make it, because I have one really long one from Texas. I was like, right, I'm going to have one that's really, really short now. That's literally just us going. This is a short episode, 10 seconds of the crowd, and that's just it.
Okay.
But when did we get in for it? It was Montreal last night, which was great.
Yeah, we had a great gig. Kind of unsuspecting great
Yeah,
gig because we just finished we did 6 nights on the trot where we did like 2 shows in New York and we went all over the place. I can't even remember.
DC and Philadelphia. and all that
Exactly,
stuff.
yeah. So we were just like shattered, and we were like, the first day we got here, we didn't have a gig, and we just collapsed, and we weren't expecting, didn't have any expectations of the Montreal gig, and it ended up being
course.
fantastic. So
Oh,
like, it
great.
was great surprise, great crowd and everything. So
Well, something that I love seeing is your addiction, and I had to write it down because we don't have them here in Canada. Are they McVitie's?
McVitie's.
McVitie's.
they actually
Yeah.
do have them in Canada,
They do
but
now? Okay.
we have a friend from Ireland here who has just bought us 11 packets
11
to take with
packets.
us.
Yeah.
Oh my
He's an
gosh.
absolute legend. Colin O'Brien, you big
Where did
legend.
that obsession stem from? Because you guys love those things.
It was mostly him.
It's mainly me,
Okay.
but
You
buy
everybody.
them,
But
yeah.
you see, I buy them, and then everyone helps themselves, and then it looks like it's my thing, and then everyone goes on about it like it's my thing. But everyone has their part to play in the biscuit consumption. But it's, I don't know, childhood. It's a combination of childhood and narrow diet and just all sorts of things feeding into this.
The day before we
It's
left,
our go-to snack, and it's hard to get anywhere else, so we just bring them with us.
the day before we left to come to America, we spent €56 on 24
I
packets.
saw the video of you just
Yeah.
packing them in the
Yeah,
car.
exactly.
Yeah,
He wouldn't
yeah.
pay for the mileage.
I was
Me
too
looked, I was
embarrassed.
like, I don't look like an idiot buying 27
Yeah,
packets.
I thought this.
I'll do it.
I was gonna, if I was
There
had
were bands meeting them.
had I been on my own, I'd have just balked it. I said, no, I'm not gonna look that weird in front of everybody. But I did.
Well, we were discussing all of the very cool places that you've been performing in North America, but before the spots that you mentioned, you were actually over in Austin, Texas. Apparently, your first goal as far as getting there was to find a pair of assless chaps. So, was the mission
We
successful?
found them very quickly, and I didn't go full assless in them, but we got there. And,
Much
found
to everyone's
them. Yeah,
disappointment.
but actually, I put them on. There's these big red leather ones that were flowery. They suited me down to the ground. I looked great. But I was going like, this is too bad, sort of thing. And then everyone was going, oh yeah, they look pretty good. And then the woman in the shop went, you have them on backwards. So like I was rocking them backwards,
Okay.
which is an achievement in and of itself.
Oh,
but
absolutely.
Groundbreaking.
groundbreaking, yeah. But they were like in the triple figures price wise, so I thought I can't justify that just for a laugh. I couldn't do that.
How about the rest of you? Did you try any on, or was just Pete going solo?
No, we remained chapless the entire time, which was a shame.
It is a shame.
Before we go home, we'll try and get it before we go home. We'll all get some assless chaps.
It's one of the missions. Hopefully, we'll see it in an upcoming episode on YouTube, right?
Sounds good,
Yeah,
hopefully.
Well, before you guys actually came to Toronto, we had you on the website in the form of our 5 favorite gigs segment.
Yes.
Where you talk about a lot of very cool shows that you've been to. But I was wondering, what is the first show that you've ever been to?
Mine was Joe Brown.
Yes,
We know
the
him
obscure
here, we know.
'60s rock and roller. That was
I think mine was Roger Daltrey.
Okay.
Mine was fucking busted when I was like 7 years old, and it was class.
Okay.
And Paul McCartney. My parents took me.
Those are really good first gigs.
So I had the most credible.
Yeah, the most,
Joe
yeah.
Brown, Joe Brown. The most indie of all them.
Yeah, indie points for Joe Brown.
We, of course, have to discuss your latest record release, Spitting Image. First off, so cool to hear you actually sound checking some of the songs. It sounds amazing. Just congratulations on the record release.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. I love how energetic the record is. So were you trying to kind of channel that kinetic energy from your live set onto this release? Because I feel like it's the most energetic thing you've shared so far.
Yeah, well, I think we had a great working relationship with the producer, who's Ethan Johns, who has done many brilliant albums, and his father was Glyn Johns, who did also many. Is Glyn Johns, who's a legend in his own right as well. So there was like a family of legendary producers. So he was brilliant. We had a great relationship with him, and he was just great at letting us kind of go in. And we wanted the playing to be still like nice and unhinged, like the way we played live. Where like I think sometimes in studio people try and rein it in, and it ends up being stifled or whatever. So it was a nice combination of the playing was good and loose, and we all did it in the room together. And even Ross's vocals were done live in the room. Like he double tracked a few things, but so many of the vocals are just him playing with us. So it was really great like that, and he was just great at letting us do that.
Do whatever you wanted, really.
Yeah, and then good voice of reason if we ever strayed too far.
Were there some of those moments where it's like, guys, you got to rein it in? That's a little bit out there.
Well, he was more like, let's make it weirder. Like we had
Yeah.
one song
Oh, really?
called like Garden of Eden that he said, right, well this is very weird, doing it like as like a New York Dolls or a punky sort of song, which wasn't just as great if it had stayed like that. But he went, no, let's totally turn on its head, and we did it like a Dr. John Gree type song. So we ended up then we sat in the live room for 6 hours and just you had like two toms.
Yeah,
with
like
their feet.
yeah, we all,
all
and got like all these really weird tape loops. Like the engineer had like a library of old tape loops and just went through loads of random ones and started like cutting and splicing them together, and it was really great doing it like that. And so it ended up, had that kind of like tried to get a kind of a freaky Dr. John kind of quality to it, and then so that he was great then at letting us, we were cutting stuff together and doing all weird experimental carry on.
Well, speaking to experimental things, there's actually a sax solo on Great Expectations. So how did that
Yes.
seep its way onto that?
We actually got a couple of guys from Jules Holland's band to come down and have a go. It was always kind of the intention to have a sax solo in the song, because it sort of lends itself to that sort of like Springsteen kind of New York sort of 70s sort of sound. So they just come down and the guy who did it like just whacked it out in like 3 takes, and we just there was very little sort of messing around with it, and just came out the way it did. So we were all happy with it.
Well, I know that the band have a lot of different inspirations. You had mentioned a couple throughout the interview. So I wanted to play a little this or that, where I'm going to mention a couple of bands, and you're going to tell me which one you're digging a bit more at the moment.
Okay.
So you can just say which one you're preferring at the same time. All right, you ready for it?
Okay.
All right, the first one, we're going to go with Arctic Monkeys or the Libertines.
Arctic Monkeys.
Libertines.
I'll say
I'd say the
Libertines.
Libertines, yeah.
Okay. How about... Go ahead.
Oh, I actually can't choose one.
It's a difficult one.
Arctic Libertine Monkey Teens.
That works.
That's our
I'll let
answer.
that fly.
The most ambitious crossover.
Yeah.
I did memes, shite. Go for it.
For the next one, I have The Clash or the Boomtown Rats.
I'm gonna say Boomtown Rats. Yeah.
Yeah,
I would
Time
say.
for the Troops is a flawless album.
Yeah,
so,
that
Boomtown
album
Rats.
was massive for us. So, and their first album was brilliant as well.
Okay, you agree as well?
Yeah.
All right, all across the board. Elvis Costello or Ian Dury?
Costello.
I've been on an
Don't
injury
let yourself
binge
down.
of late.
Don't
I've been on an injury
They're
binge of
getting
late.
Even there, do.
I know, yeah. But I'm just dropping the binge in there. It's been happening.
Dropping the bin.
Yeah. There has been an injury binge had, but I know Costello comes out on top overall. I'm sure.
So what are you saying?
Good man. So
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, right again.
leaving it at that. For the next one, I have Jack White or Miles Kane.
Jack White.
Jack White.
Okay. For the last one, we're gonna ask the Animals or the Yardbirds.
Animals.
Oh, I don't know. Like
This is
our
unfair.
passion for music was forged in the fires of the Yardbirds live album, 5 live Yardbirds.
It
so
was.
We can't really
So
abandon.
I
But also,
read.
we harvested the Animal set for. Our
We
so,
did.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's very hard to know.
I'm gonna change my last answer to Miles Kane just in case he's watching. And he
You're
gives
still
out.
thinking
I am
about it?
Chris, he gives out to me.
The Animals of the Yardbirds. That's very, very tough. But very well researched.
Yeah.
I was expecting like Dido or Britney, but no.
Clearly,
I'd be
Dido.
Dido.
which
Yeah,
one?
Dido,
Which one?
absolutely.
Yeah.
No, I'll probably go with the Yardbirds.
I'll have to just for the bass lines.
Okay, how about down there?
Yardbirds, for sure.
Yardbirds?
The animals for me.
Oh,
Because
Eric
my
Clapton fan.
vocal style is completely just stolen.
okay. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From Alan Price.
John Steele, the drummer.
Well, for me, you guys really do embody all things rock and roll, and I have a quote from you here that I absolutely loved. It was, "Good rock and roll isn't dead, you just have to look a bit harder to find it." So who are some of those bands where you looked really hard, you found those little rock and roll gems?
Yak.
Yak are brilliant. Yeah, there's loads of great rock and roll bands. Like Ty Segall, I'm become a fanatic of. King Gizzard and the Lizard
Oh
Wizard
my gosh, they're
are
wicked. It's
excellent.
such a fun name to say.
Yeah. They're
Yeah.
they're terrific. Meat Bodies, I think, are a brilliant
Yeah.
band. Really good.
Naked Giants are a great band as well.
Yeah,
I
up
was
and coming.
listening to there earlier on before we came down here. They're a band from the early 2000s, The Exploding Hearts. A brilliant Lost.
Brilliant
sort of
album.
Power pop punk band. Again, it's like, you know, they're not all like, again, there's like a circle of King Gizzard and Ty Segall are like there's the forefront of this sort of movement, but it's very much a fringe.
The OCs, sorry, as
The
well.
OCs are great.
They're
Yeah.
brilliant
Very
too.
cool.
But yeah, it's definitely hard. Like, people have been going on for years where they're like, oh, yeah, rock and roll's dead and all this sort of crack. Like, and there just is always going to be bands playing guitars somewhere. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
whether they're given like they're given like the chance to sort of show that off. But like, definitely you can find it.
Yeah, there's a great lots of crusty bands around, which is
Crusty,
lovely.
yeah.
Let's do bands. When you hear that, when people say rock and roll is dead, does that kind of get under your nerves a little bit?
It just seems a bit
No?
ill-informed, really.
Yeah.
When there are good bands about, like.
Yeah, because people have been saying it non-stop for about 60 years.
Since Chuck Berry went to jail.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, and they haven't stopped saying that, and
Yeah,
time and again, it's like every style of music, everything is cyclical, and everything kind of comes round in peaks and troughs.
But people seem to think as well that all the rock and roll bands are making a concerted effort together to bring rock and roll back. Every band's just too busy being in their own band to try and form a committee with loads of other bands to try and bring. You know,
Yeah.
everyone's just too busy. It's hard enough being in a band rather than a committee or conglomerate of bands. You know what I mean? Trying to
Yeah.
work together. That's not going to happen.
Seeing that is not so much a pet peeve of yours, I was wondering if we could go down the line and you could just state one thing that really does get on your nerves. What is a pet peeve that each of you have? Doesn't have to be just about music, anything.
When people say their baby's age in months. 36 months, your child is 3.
Yeah,
That's a fact. But like, again, it's very rare that happens. But when it does, it's infuriating.
Okay.
There could be worse, but like it sprang to mind.
It's very specific.
My contempt for humanity is too great to single out one thing. It's
Fair
just
enough.
I've got a lot of gripes to
The
grind.
idea of existence.
Yeah, my existential crisis all over the place.
This guy.
I think when people don't specify whether or not there's mayo on the burger, like when you go to order a burger and it's like comes with lettuce and tomato, and then they don't specify whether there's mayo or not, and then it just comes with mayo. It's like they assume you want mayo.
The
And you
assumptions.
It's just like full on. It's like if you describe, it's like if you get the description and you're like there's mayo there, you're like, all right, can I have it with no mayo? Because I know where we stand here, you know. But when it's like when they don't write it in, and then you get this burger you've been waiting for half an hour and there's fucking mayo on it.
I'm going to expand on that and say
Game
the
over.
assumption that if you order a burger off anyone, if you order a burger, it will come with sauce and lettuce and pickles and all this sort of crack on it. That isn't inherently what a burger is. Burger is meat between two pieces of bread. And I don't even know why burgers aren't sandwiches. That's a whole other thing. The fact that that's the
We'll cover
assumption
that in the next
but you have to say kind
interview.
of plain. The fact that like like not everyone likes lettuce and tomato, and like me specifically, I hate it all, and death to vegetables. But the fact that it did just assume that will always come on it, unless you say not, wrecks my head.
Okay.
I don't eat wet food. I don't know what the blog people are
Yeah.
going to think about that. But I don't eat
It's
wet
out
food.
there. That's it.
Yeah. So yeah, wet food, yeah or nay?
Yeah,
Post
let
in the
us
comments
know.
below. I don't eat wet food. I eat gravy and soup. That's it.
That's it.
Of wet food, I eat solid food.
Okay. Any other pet peeves that are rolling around?
People touch my shoulders.
Oh, okay.
I can't
Oh,
stand
he
that.
hates that. He despises
Oh, wow.
it.
Is there a reason? It just
No, it's just
personal space thing?
yeah. I mean, there's
Okay.
too close. I think.
All right. I'll take note. Well, let's wrap things up. I do want to bring it to the fans. Is there anything you want to leave with all the folks that will be viewing?
Just anyone who's come to the gig so far on this American tour, thank you very much, because it's been so long since we did an American tour. We didn't think anybody turned up, so you're all brilliant.
Yeah, it's been really nice talking to people after the gigs, and yeah, we've had a great time.
Keep on trucking, says Ross.
And don't touch Ross's shoulders.
Don't touch the shoulders. I want to say thank you so much for joining me finally. I'm so happy to have you on.
Thanks for having
Delighted
us.
to be on
Been a
it.
pleasure.
My pleasure. And remember, to everybody viewing, you can visit us at aliciatoot.com for all exclusive interviews, features, videos, and so much more. See ya.